Hey, good morning. Good morning. Let's see where the voice is. Voice is perfect according to my levels. There must have just been a glitch yesterday. Now we can't continue riding without the blue light. So get your very light resistance. Sit up tall, relax and breathe. I gotta get the blue light on. It just feels wrong without having the blue light on. Okay. So we're just right now pedaling very lightly. Low resistance. Bringing the attention to the spine. And the shoulders. Just allowing the shoulders to relax, the arms to hang down loosely. Feeling the pull on the neck muscles as the weight of your arms pulls the shoulders down a little bit. You can feel the weight of the upper body aligned through the vertebrae. And the weight of the head coming down through the neck. You can sense that. Proprioception of a sort. Let's place our hands on the handlebars. Just let your ball of your hand rest on the handlebars. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your elbows slightly bent. And you can feel that hinging in the hips as we come down into the handlebar position. Let's just add a tiny bit of resistance now. And adjust our pedal speed to be, 80 RPM or so. Something like that. Very, very slight activation of the muscles. Just enough that we can tune into the feeling. Of different muscle groups as they engage around the circle. Maybe bring your attention to the pulsing on the ball of the foot as you step into the pedal over the top and then unweight the pedal as you're coming up. Let's add a little bit of pedal speed, keeping the resistance just the same. Coming up to around 90 RPM, and if you'd like, you can sit up like I am now. I love that feeling of the decoupling of the lower body from the upper body and the relaxation of the upper body as I sit up like this. Again, there's slight muscle engagement right now. A little bit of warmth coming into the muscles. My skin looks so white today. Wonder why that is. Bring your pedal speed up now to 100 RPM. As always, when we start to approach 100 or more RPM, the hips want to bounce. The best way we can keep them nice and steady is to really relax the chain from your hands through the shoulders and then down the spine. If we can release any tension from that chain, then our hips tend to sit more comfortably and in a more relaxed fashion on the seat. Now let's slow our legs down to around 90. Noticing the increase in breath and heart rate that created, just a little bit. And now slow your legs way down again. Just leave your resistance where it is. Let's sit up. Shake out the arms again. Using your sense of hearing and processing in the brain, output this rhythm with your legs. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. And let's just be here for a few seconds. Noticing the rhythm aligned with the rhythm. It's a really beautiful mind-body practice that has its own benefits. Slow your legs down, find this new rhythm. Ease in some resistance now. That feels like a 3 or 4 on a perceived exertion scale of 1 to 10. Actively release tension from the shoulders. Check that your spine is neutral, aligned with the neck. Nice 10-foot gaze out in front of us. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is enough now to cause my breath to start to increase a little bit. I'm not struggling with the rhythm. We're going to bring in now, don't do it till I give you the countdown, we're going to bring in resistance. It feels like we could only hold it 10 minutes at this rhythm. I love this kind of body awareness. Listening to your body in 3, 2, 1. Add that resistance. And now just check in with yourself. How does 10 minutes sound to you right now? To me, it sounds pretty difficult to hold this another 9 minutes or so. You hear my breathing picking up. Focus now just for a few seconds on the hips driving over the top. bring it back down to light resistance, and let's come back into the 80 RPM range. Spin that heaviness out of the legs on light resistance now. Ease in a little bit of resistance so it feels like we're on a ride outdoors. We're exercising. We're not in lollygagging or active recovery. We're now 85 RPM or so exercising. We'll just settle into this. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, but feel the muscles working their way around the circle time and time again. I can feel sweat now forming on my forehead. Allow the belly to relax so you can breathe. Staying right where we are. At this point, your muscles are starting to feel a little fatigue. You're not struggling to hold this 85 or so RPM, but you can feel the fatigue starting to creep in a little bit. Let's take this opportunity for a body scan, starting with your hands. What are they doing on the handlebars? Where's the weight held in the hands? What are your fingers doing? Move up the arms through the elbows, checking that there's a nice slight bend in the elbows, and then to your shoulders. As the mind starts to wander, completely normal thing. See if you can catch it, notice it, and then come back to the movement, come back to your weight settled in the saddle, come back to your belly, expanding. Noticing my breath climbing. Just about a minute to go here. Feel free to adjust your resistance if you're struggling with this cadence. bring our resistance down to very light. Slow your legs way down. Let's sit up together. Let's put a number on our breathing. From a scale of 1 to 10, 1 you just woke up, 10 can't say a word. I'm at 7. Maybe a little bit higher. 7. So I like to now integrate how my legs felt, how long that effort was, what the resulting breath, heart rate was. I like to integrate that so I come to know myself. As we're sitting up with our light resistance, go ahead. Align your legs to the rhythm. Take some water too. What was the word I made up the other day? Drink and grab. Drab. Drab your water. I've got the rhythm. Still super light resistance. We're going to dig deeper now. We're going to go deep into self-awareness, deep into challenging ourselves. You got your rhythm. Let's come to the handlebars. Add resistance you just could not hold 10 minutes. Try setting your hands closer together in the middle of the bars. See if that helps you drive through the hips more effectively. So my legs are absolutely uncomfortable at this very moment. And I'm just playing with that and feeling my way through different phases of the pedal stroke. I'm trying to extend a little further down through the bottom. In my mind, I'm focusing on scraping mud off the ball of my foot. There's real discomfort right now. My heart rate, my breathing has not gone through the roof. But if I were to try to hold this 10 minutes, it most definitely would. We're almost there. In 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it way down for just a second. Keep your legs turning. 8. Breathing is an 8. Now think to yourself, what if you had to hold that for another 8 minutes, 7 minutes? Make this part of your integration, part of your knowing. How the effort felt, what your breathing's doing, how your legs felt, what your heart rate's doing. Your mind, your thoughts about that effort. All great athletes, all do this kind of integration constantly. It's part of it. It's part of being a great athlete. You're not a great athlete unless you can do that. That's a beautiful thing. That's something we can learn from great athletes. All right, I've got the rhythm with my light resistance. That's the mind-body integration, right? You're thinking about it, your sensations while doing it, your estimation of how long I could hold this. That's mind and body. Okay, short, but steep, deeper still. You get the rhythm? In 3, 2, 1. Add resistance. It feels like a very steep hill. We're going to stay in the seated position for only a few pedal strokes. Kind of settle into this. Then we're going to rise up. Make sure, if you're watching this video, to add huge resistance, so heavy that you have to stand into it. That's how we do it in Revo Cycle classes. We won't stand long, but when we do it, it's an extreme effort. In 3, 2, 1. Crank that resistance to the point where you can't really pedal seated. Now drive your body weight into the pedals. Just for a short bit now, come back into seated with still heavy but less than that resistance. Back down to light resistance, legs into the 80s. Just spinning right now. Keep the resistance light. Let's refocus on the body, our posture. I really love that sensation of kind of engorged, heavy feeling muscles in the legs, and then after just a minute or so, I'm spinning here with light resistance at 80 RPM or so, it starts to go away. All right, we're going to count to 100 RPM, light resistance, hold it for about a minute, in 3, in 2, and 1. Come on up, make sure your resistance is light. Now's a very good time to practice keeping that upper body relaxed and relatively still. This is all about suppleness here and smoothness, decoupling the upper body from the lower body. Slowly but surely allow your legs to slow down. We're already at light resistance. With your eyes closed if it's comfortable for you, and with light resistance. Hear the music, allow your brain to process it, and output it to the muscles of the legs. All the while, practicing body awareness, noticing the thoughts as the mind grasps for something in the future or something in the past. Always, always stressful. Strangely, our brains do that without us thinking about it. Our minds probably is a more technically accurate description. I'm just sitting here enjoying light resistance and feeling the rhythm. That's all I'm doing. It's causing me to be present, and it's something I need in my life. You may be interested. Article in Time, I don't know if it's only the online edition, talks about how the majority of people now are coming to fitness looking for stress reduction and mental health. My friend Natalia Petrozela was interviewed in it. I posted the article and wrote about it on LinkedIn. It's gotten 2,800 views now. There's a shift. There's a shift happening. I'm glad to see it. Let's bring our leg speed up into the 90 RPM region. Add in some resistance so it feels like we're exercising. You might want to envision you and I out on a road ride together. Right now we're moving down a flat road, 18 miles an hour, so there's an 18 mile per hour wind minimum in our face. Let's say the air is still, so that's what we have. 18 miles per hour wind in the face. Our leg speed is about 90 RPM. We have a gear that feels like we're, 4, 5 on an exertion scale. You could hold this 20 minutes, but it would be a real challenge. What is it doing to your breathing right now? What is it doing to your heart rate? I'm noticing the sweat is increasing on my forehead. Yes, the sweat is now starting to drip off my face. Can we check in with our bodies right now? A scan. Let's start at the shoulders this time. See if you can wiggle them a little bit to relax them. And now skip to your hands. Just feeling the handlebars, noticing where in the hand the weight is. Now go to your spine. Sense as much of it as you can. Now accelerate your legs. Match this speed if you can, it's quite fast. We kept the resistance the same, so this is going to be hard. It's probably outside of our Revocycle range. Probably just outside of 110. In 3, in 2, and 1. Slow your legs, reduce your resistance. 9. 9 out of breath. Now I've slowed my legs to half that speed we were just trying for. If you can't feel it, you can watch my legs. This is just a placeholder for me, a way of staying present as I let my heart rate and my breathing recover a little bit from that last effort. All right. Let's come into our handlebars now. Take a few deep breaths, take a little water. We're going to do a flat road piece at less than sprint, more than cruising along at exercise level. So kind of the outer limits of our ability to hold a flat road speed. And we're going to do it for, I don't know, 2.5 minutes. So notice what that does to your thinking. What's your first response to that? Just notice whatever it is. So flat road, very challenging, 85 to 90 RPM in that range. We'll hold it about 2 minutes. And we're going to see if we can go within during this. Set your legs up to around 90 RPM. Add that resistance. Already my legs feel challenged, even at this moment. When I engage in a hard effort like this, I really, really like to quiet the mind and focus on intentional breathing from the belly even before it's really, really necessary. The level of discomfort in my muscles right now is 8 or 9. I feel like I'm just starting to lose the rhythm. So I'm gonna be mind over matter for another 10 seconds. Now bring your resistance down to low. Trying to not breathe into the microphone. That was 9 or 10 out of breathness for me. You got your rhythm? Super light resistance. This is active recovery right now. This rhythm its only job is to keep me in the moment. So as I'm hearing the music, as I'm sensing what rhythm my legs are doing, and seeing if that's aligned, checking it against the rhythm in my head, what I'm not doing is worrying about the future or the past. It's a focal point. Coming back to the handlebars now. I'm adding in a little resistance to just get to the lowest level of work at this rhythm. Just staying with the rhythm. Same as this song, so you're right there already. Let's do flat, easy like this, to standing very heavy on this rhythm for just very short bits, then back to flat, easy like this. Just do 2 or 3. Practice getting that heavy resistance that you need to stand into. In 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Now come down to light. Not a big break between these, so make sure to get it light. All right, get ready for your next one. In 3, in 2, 1. Crank it up, stand into it, feel your hips and glutes, take that shift. Back to light. All right, let's bring it down to low resistance. That got my breathing up. We're gonna go into cool down mode now. Slow, celebrating your success today. How your breathing is slowing. How your legs are starting to feel better. your breathing is down to, say, a 2, perfect. Allow your legs to come to a stop with me. If it's not, just keep them turning slowly on light resistance for a little bit more. You can just follow behind in the stopping and the stretching. If you're coming to a stop now, we can sit up nice and tall. I love the sensation of coming to a stop. There's a buzzing feeling in the legs. I feel my belly expanding with the breath. I feel my weight from my head through the neck into the spine, resting in the sit bones. Let's rise up to 3 and 9 o'clock and drop your heels so we have a nice stretch in the calves. Now bring your back foot to the front and drop your heels again. Step off the bike, standing next to the bike, holding on to the handlebar of the seat. If it helps you with balance, let's pull back on the left leg and feel the stretch in the quadriceps. Let's switch to the other leg. And now we're going to stretch our hamstrings. I always use the top bar of the bike, but you're welcome to use the handlebars with the saddle. And just hold a nice, steady stretch. Let's switch to the other leg. Beautiful ride today. Take your time, drink some water, stretch some more. I'll leave the music going for a little bit. See you next time.